resellers. Basically, they've sent an email out saying we're changing the conditions for pre-loved clothing. And basically what it means is, just show you this here. I just want to show you something before it disappears. Shoppers again, as you can see. Some really cool shirts in here. Look at this. Woo! Woo! Ordered the 80 kilos of. Folks, we're all done. Well, folks, welcome back to the channel. Really do appreciate you being here. If you are new here, hey, how you doing? My name's Chris, and I'm building a business that suits my lifestyle. Now, I've been building this business for the last 4 years. We actually start year 5 from January 2025, which is not that far away. It's pretty exciting. But how I build this business is going to look very different to how you build yours. I sell on eBay. I predominantly sell clothing. 80% of the business is clothing. And I'm not here to tell you how to build your business. I'm not here to tell you how to even do it. I'm here showing you how I'm doing mine, but with the intention that from this, it'll give you some insight, some inspiration, provide you some value, and hopefully it's going to give you the motivation to go do something of similar nature, or maybe to pursue your own dreams, goals, or ambitions, no matter what it may be. It doesn't even have to be building a business. Now, for me, building a business on eBay has been a crazy journey to get here. There's been plenty of ups and downs, there's plenty of lows, but there's some really, really great rewards. And I think the number one thing is that I get to work for myself and I get to kind of set the way I want to live my life. And that's the beauty of it. And that's what I just talk about in these videos. I take you through all the decisions I'm making, why I'm doing it, all the different things that I'm doing to continue to build the business. And I'm not just talking about on a daily basis, but as I look forward and as we progress into bigger and greater things. Now, this week it's been an interesting week. This is the final hoorah for 2024. It's the final video for 2024. It's actually the final week where I'm working full time for the business this year. And I'm really just focusing on two things. One, prepping for Q1 of 2025. And secondly, prepping for my second market and getting that all ready and prepped up. So there's a lot of different things that happen this week, but really keeping the above in mind, or what I've just talked about, it's really just BAU kind of activities. We have washing coming and going, just getting a few things ready so that when we do come back, we basically set the team up for success so that they can get straight into it and we can hit the ball rolling. And there's a few other things in that we talk about this week as well. There's a few little surprises and hiccups that pop up, but that's life and that's business. So if you do stick around to the end, I'll be taking you through basically all the lessons, some of the things that I've learned from this week. I'll take you through also how we actually progressed for the market this time, and it's actually some really, really great results. And if you do stick around, I'll take you through also the weekly financials, where we've landed for December so far. Anyway, we'll talk about that at the end. Let's get into it. Oh, and of course, if you do have any questions or comments, chuck them down below. I'll do my best to get back to you ASAP. And of course, if I can include it into a video, I will. Let's get into it. Folks, and just like that, it was Monday morning. We're back here again, doing it all again. And this is the final hoorah. It is the last week that I'll be putting up one of these videos for the year. So we're gonna try and finish the week with a bang. Whatever that means, I have no idea. But yeah, more on that a little bit later. But Monday morning, it's a little bit different this morning. I've had to drop Carla off to a couple of appointments and things. So it's actually 8:45, but it's not an early one today. And I'm heading into the shop now. We've got a washing pickup in about 30 minutes. I'll probably get there just on time. And today's also an interesting day. There's, one thing that I have really learned. I mean, I've learned this more and more every year, especially doing my own business, but working with other people, is you never really know how other people are going, because we only see the outside perspective, like what they show and on the surface level. But my photographer will be in a bit later today. They've got to take a family member to a doctor's appointment as well, and there's always things going on in people's lives. So just remember that, right? Be kind, be nice to people. All right, so today, get in. We've got to get the washing ready to go. We've got to pick, pack, and post. The weekend was pretty interesting. Last week we were on track to do about $9,000, $8,000 around there somewhere. It then died off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday was pretty quiet. We did have quite a few last minute sales come through last night. We had a $500 laptop. So it wasn't too bad, but we ended up, I think it was in about 7,100, which I'm happy with. So we've got about 35 orders, I think. It's probably more likely 42 actual items, because there's a few multi-quantity in there. So we'll focus on that, and then really my plan for today is really just do some quick wins, do some photos, do some different stuff. My photographer won't be until about lunchtime, I believe. So just getting those things sorted and prepped, making sure everything's all good to go there. And then later in the week, I've got to do market prep. I have to continue to just get things ready for the washing coming back, because I'm going to be setting up a new layout, just to enable the clothes to be sitting there comfortably and well flat laid as we progress into 2025, because I'll be taking some time off. Yeah, so that's kind of the plan today. It shouldn't be anything crazy. It is going to be 42 degrees, so got to stay hydrated, all those things, and yeah. Right, let's get into it. Let's get into it. All right, we're here. I'm going to put, need to turn the light on here, but we're going to put all those for there. But that's the washing to go out. We've got 10 bags coming out. They will come back Thursday, and some of that will actually get flat laid into here. Hopefully my photographer today will have, actually they'll be here. I don't have my photographer here on Tuesday, so hopefully all of this will be done by the end of day Wednesday, and then Thursday we'll be able to top this up. We'll send out another washing lot on Thursday, and then that will come back Monday, and we're going to be flat laying it in here. So let's do it. All right, so we've actually still got 3 bags left, which will go out Thursday. Whether it'll be today or later in the week, I've still got to make up another 7 bags, which will probably be shirts. I don't think it will be pants, but I might start processing the pants. All right, now we're going to just get some other things set up, just get everything ready for the photographer so I don't have to think about it. Got to make some more boxes. We've only got 1 box down there. This is just what I do usually every morning, just do a little check through. In terms of space here, that should be fine for today. That will probably need to be updated by Wednesday, but I think we're safe till the end of the year. This stuff I can shuffle over to here, so I might do a little bit of that today, just a little clean up there. We did sell a whole bunch more of these, got 8 pairs of these going out, so yeah, there's still a little bit of room we can make. I've actually been selling quite a lot of this, so I'm very happy with that. And then we still got all this, so some of this I might process today. I'm just really just walking through what options I have today, because there's lots to do, but not crazy amounts anyway. Just speaking my mind really. All right, let's get set up, put the phones on charge, all that jazz. All right, the washing has been dropped off. I've just got to do some admins. It's never a dull day, you know. I've got a customer that's raised an item has not been received, and it turns out they had put the wrong address on it. I don't know why that's my fault. It's of course I've put the address that they've provided me on the label because that's automatic. But you know that they're saying that the item wasn't delivered, and we've gone through the address process, and you know I mean, I have no problem giving them a refund once I get the item back, etc. and all that jazz. But like, when they start accusing you of like, they wish, oh, you sent it to the wrong address. I said, no, I didn't. I sent it to the address you provided. It's always interesting. Never a dull day, that's for sure. Anyway, I'm going to just resolve this request, and then we'll get into some actual work. All right, let's do a pick, pack, and post. So we've got, it's been pretty good. As I said, it wasn't too bad of a weekend. We do have a total of 36 orders. Just had another one come through, and we're sitting on 81,311. So we're continuing to rise up, which is great. I'm very happy with that. And we've got a whole bunch of different stuff. But if we actually zoom in and actually have a look of what's been selling over the weekend, we've got, we did $2,247 worth, and the actual total amount of items, actually it's, yeah, it's about 42 items. So we've got pants, we've got some Matchbox cars, we've got some bulk order of 8 pairs of jeans, we've got a $500 laptop, got some video games, some shorts, shoes, got a whole bunch of everything. This is great. We've got some bikinis as well. And there's actually one item in this which is just completely bizarre, which I'll show you shortly. So let's get it all out, and I'll take you through it all. All right, pulled everything out. Gee, it's getting sticky. I just want to show you this really random item. So I've sold 1.8 kilos of empty film rolls, just canisters only. They're used for arts and crafts usually, and this has gone for $46.20. That's it. That's it. It's just really random. I didn't know if it was going to sell, but I figured I'd take it. I figured I'd take a gamble with it when I got them, and it's great. Great way to upcycle, and someone's probably going to use them for whatever they need to use them for. We've got lots of stuff, like we've got hoodies, we've got Ralph Lauren shirts. I mean, this is my bread and butter now. We've got some lower end stuff, $25 ASP stuff. We've got some Levi stuff. We've got plenty of Levi jeans. We've got video games. There's some older video games down there somewhere. We've got a bikini. We've got some Wrangler. We've got all my usual stuff. We do have a nice $500 laptop. We've got this little guy, and then a big bundle, about $300 worth of jeans, which, thank you, whoever you are. Yeah, let's get it packed up. I don't think we've got anything express. Let's have a look. I was expecting to have a lot more express by now. Yeah, there is one with express postage, and it is a pair of shorts. So, yeah, every so often I do bump people up to express. Just like if it's local, I do that because it doesn't really cost me anything more. But if it's really far away, I can't always do it because it might not be on the margins. But yeah, I'll try to do it here and there. All right, let's get this packing. It's 10:16. It's hot, but we're doing pretty good for time. This week's kind of like it's a final hoorah kind of week, just taking it easy. Actually, on the weekend, I took some time off just to rest. Carla hasn't been well, so I've been just chilling with her. We just played video games. There's this thing called parallel play. I don't know if you have heard of the concept, but it's when you're just doing your own thing that you love, your own hobby, your own passion, or your own thing, but you're doing it next to your partner or your loved one, and you're both doing your own thing, but you're both having a lot of fun, but you're doing it together next to each other. I just love that. She had her headphones on. She was playing PlayStation 5. She's been playing God of War. And I was actually just chilling, playing some FIFA on my Xbox, just between doing some listings and stuff. And it was just nice to take it slow, take it easy. And there'll be more of that over the break, I guess, just to be able to refresh and restart. But, this week I'm excited, but I'm also not trying to overdo it. We do have the market this week, so I need to really get on top of that. Anyway, we'll talk about all this a bit later. I'm blabbering. Let's pack the orders. All right, postage is all done. Quite the stack there. I'm going to have some lunch. Haven't heard from my photographer yet, so I'm not sure what's going on. Hope everything's okay. I'm going to have some lunch. Then I've got to do a little bit of admin, take some photos for some folks. I had questions about some items, and then, yeah, get into some other stuff. All right, I've literally just finished having some lunch. I've just had someone come through and purchase 5 more items. So I'm actually going to do this now. The reason why is because I want to make sure I'm getting all these orders out as ASAP as possible, because I do not want to start getting the flood of messages of, you ruined Christmas. And the cutoff date is in 2 days. So I really just want to get ahead, and plus they've spent $135, so why not? Let's get the stock out. All right, we're going to get onto some Lego. This has come from a consignment deal, and these look like, I don't know what they were for. I don't know if they were missing, like, an order for certain parts, or if it was from part of some display, because they're all labeled. But they all look like they're from the, what is it called? MX Nights, I think it is. Where is it? Nexo Nights. Yeah, so I'm going to do a little bit of research. Some of this I'll sell as bags, like weight-wise. The rest I'll just bundle up. And then we did have some more Lego in there. Alright, these have all been put into different bundles now, and I've weighed each one of these that I'll be selling as individual lots. This will be interesting. And then I've got this little Capsella motorized vintage construction toy system, and then if we get time we'll get into this. Photographers on their way. And it's 40 degrees outside, and we've got a nice little St. Ali cold brew coffee. Oh, so good. This is my favorite coffee. Just saying. All right, folks, did all the Lego. We ended up doing 39 lots out of that. I've just put them down here. And then we ended up doing that little guy there. So a total of 40 there. It's already 4 o'clock. It's quite quite sticky up here now. So I'm just uploading those photos, and then I'm just gonna shuffle a few things around here while that's doing its upload, and then I'll be getting out of here. I've got to drop the post off today, and see what the plans will be for tomorrow. I've got to do another round of obviously the clothing prep for washing. Still got to make up 7 bags, so I've got to do that over tomorrow or Wednesday. We still got a few bits and bobs in here. Don't think this is much in value. There is a few electronics here. We do have some video game stuff. Maybe I'll try and get that done before the end of the week as well. Still got to do market stuff this week too, so there's quite a few bits and bobs moving around. So we'll have a think about what I plan to do for tomorrow, and it might be, maybe I'll do that Wednesday. Tomorrow's going to be a bit of a cooler day, so maybe process through. Anyway, I'm just thinking out loud. I'm going to pack up, folks, and I'm going to get out of here. All done, team. We are out of here. Ciao. See you tomorrow. Folks, it is Tuesday. I nearly forgot what day it was there. We're back at it. Jeez, there's a couple of moving pieces I got to handle today. It's a new day. It was a good day yesterday. We ended up doing, I think it was 1200, and I woke up this morning and someone has purchased 10 pairs of jeans. Like, it's just, I love it. And someone purchased 8 pairs of shorts last night. So the multi-quantities have really started to stick up, and this is what I've been trying to really focus on, is when I list a lot of the same kind of thing, it enables people to come in and just, buy. Whether these people are resellers themselves, I don't care. As long as I'm making, some profit on it and it's getting the cash flow happening. Some of them are my, they're not loss leaders, but they do bring in more traffic to the store, but I take a lower profit margin on them. So anyway, that's been quite encouraging. So we actually hit 82,000. It's probably dropped back down now, but probably on 81,800 now. But I think we got to 82,200 last night. So great progress. Today I've got to do a whole bunch of different things. It's just me today, so there's a whole bunch of kind of like, it's not admin-y stuff, but there's some stuff that I got to go through from photos that are in my draft bank that are missing things, whether it's been from mistakes from the photographer, or I'm not comfortable with the item because I might think it's fake. Now, one thing that I need to do better at is training and educating and teaching my team to pick up on, the things that are, this is an indicator that it's a fake. It's very easy to do this on like Levi's and things because we sell a lot of Levi's, but when it's other brands, sometimes there's some things there which make it a little wishy-washy. So I've got to go through that. I've got to go for about 20 items. I've just been putting it off, but today is a good day to get it done. It's the 17th of December, so I operate my business, now I do. For the last year I have been doing this, is I needed to change basically how I was managing my cash flow, and I decided to get myself a Amex a year ago. This is not financial advice, please. And what it means is the 17th of every month, that statement resets. So I have moved all my big expenses, supplier payments, all those different things to this side of the month, so 17 onwards, which means it just moves into, basically, it pushes out that I actually have to pay for it because I put it on the Amex and I gain the points, of course. But, so for instance, if I pay for something today, I don't have to actually pay for it on my Amex statement for 55 days. So it just enables cash flow a little bit longer. So I've got to pay for one of my suppliers that I picked up 60 days ago because I have a 60-day payment terms. I've got to pay out consignments today. I've got to pay for my Australia Post today, which is from last month's expenses. So yeah, that's what I got to do this morning as well. Just get those all done and dusted. I'm actually also working on a bit of a new opportunity. Been doing a bit of a tender process with one of my clients on purchasing some stuff that we can potentially resell. That's been an interesting process as well. I was doing a bit of admin on that last night. So, there's lots of things moving. I think my focus today will be, first half of the day will be doing a lot of that admin. I've obviously got to do a pick, pack and post. That's going to take a little bit because there's 16 orders, probably about 30 items in total. And then depending how the day goes, I've actually got to take Carla to a doctor's appointment later. We don't know what time it is, so she's got to call and get that in because they don't open till 1. So I might leave suddenly, or it might not be till after hours. We'll wait and see. So we'll see what happens there, but I think what I'll end up going to do is probably do a little bit of sorting, make sure I've got stuff out for the rest of the week if I want to photo it. I'm not going to start the market prep till Thursday, and then today, tomorrow, I'm probably going to be focusing on getting more washing ready and just getting space arrangements all set up for when we get to the end of the week. So a lot of moving pieces. Come along for the ride, eh? Come along for the ride. I will say, and again, this is not any push, but if anyone is in a position where they are thinking about getting an Amex, I've got a very particular Amex. It's the Platinum Edition, so it's the highest one. Get the most points out of it. If anyone is interested in that, and again, this is not financial advice, this is only if you're actually already considering it, I might be able to get you some bonus points. Just let me know. All right, it's 8:07 and we're all set up. I just want to show you something before it disappears. 82,000. And we've got 15 orders, so, but I'll be getting them out a little bit later. Yeah, we'll get them out a bit later. What we're going to do is just, I'm going to pull out and do these items that I need to get done. I think that's the first thing. I need to probably have all the postage done by around 1 o'clock. That way, if Carla does call for her appointment, we're good to go. So the focus is get those admin things done this morning. So I've got to pay all the bills, all the invoices, all that stuff. I'll do that now. We'll go through the different bits of clothing that need to be fixed. Then we'll do all the postage, and then after that it will be either doing more clothes or just sorting a few things and getting my ducks in a row, so we've got some items to photo and things over the next coming days. That's the plan. All right, I'm gonna grab a chair, grab the laptop, kick back and relax. No, we'll do some work. All right, team admin is all done. I have paid all the expenses, and geez, it's just spent probably about $12,000. It's just, anyway, I remember when having to spend, I don't know, $800 a month on postage, and that's like, I don't know, I spend about $5,000 to $7,000 on postage just a month. Anyway, it just blows my mind. All right, so I've done all that. I've also gone through and sorted through the stuff that needs to be rephotoed and things like that. So I've pulled them out for the respective photographers, make them fix their own mistakes. And now I'm going to do a pick, pack and post. So as I said earlier, I think we've had a couple more orders come through. So we've got a total of 19 that I got to do. So we're going to pull all those out and I'll take you through it. Yeah, let's do it. All right, we've got 10 pairs of jeans. That's gone for $360, I think it was. They got a really good deal. If they buy multiple, they get a discount. We do have 9 pairs of shorts. He came back and bought another pair just this morning. And then we've got a bundle here of 2 items, and the rest is just bread and butter. Just some interesting stuff, some older stuff. Like that's a skew down to 2,365. We're up to 11,800. So pretty good. We've got this Carhartt jacket going out. So you can't really see that well, and then this little Portman's. So let's get packing. This one we actually picked up in the thrift with Cammy Boy the other day, which the video's already come out for. We sold this one for $49.45. This is the Melbourne Renegades shirt, so not too bad. All right, postage is done. I'm gonna have some lunch, and then we'll get cracking on to the next phase, which will probably be a little bit of shuffling in here. Probably get this all sorted. I'm thinking that I'll get all the hard stuff done, the stuff I don't want to do, and then if I've got time, we get into the shirts, but prioritize the shirts tomorrow because I'm only here for a little period tomorrow, and that means I don't have to get anything out. So that's what we'll do. Lunch first. All right, I ended up doing about 15 more listings as well, just because I was finding a few bits and bobs in here and I had to update multi-quantity items and stuff. So I was able to update a few more of these, of the RM Williams. This guy's only got 2 left, so if we can sell those, I'm going to make some more space. We did sell out of all these as well the other day, so that actually opens up a bit more space. So I haven't moved that yet because actually I can probably bring that one down there. I totally missed it. So we can take this one and bring this one down here. Just the most this one. And that can go in here. Ah, sweet. And then that one can go up one notch and we should be all good. Beautiful. So we have gained a bit more space back. So what's going to happen here is tomorrow I'm getting a delivery from IKEA of tables, basically these tables, a little bit better condition and better surface, but they've got wheels and casters on them, so they're going to go in here, and that's where we'll be flat laying all the washing. Made up all this space. That should get us, that actually will last us beyond this year, so that will give us enough little space for when we get back from holidays. Yeah, I'm happy with this. We'll be able to gain some space here. I could probably actually put that in one little thing up here maybe and gain that spot back, but not really going to be able to put anything else there, so at this point it doesn't really make any difference. So happy with this. This is still to be photoed, and there's a little bit of the market stuff here as well. I think what I'm going to do now, no news from Carly yet, so I'm going to start to get into some of this again. Just get to buttoning up because we need that for Thursday. Still got to make up 7 more bags, so that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to just give this a wipe down quickly and get set up. All right, got you over there. So yeah, basically if you didn't catch up and you didn't watch last week's episode, I was basically going through and I have to button, pocket check, and just check for any defects and things like that. This is the final, well, it's not really the final check. The way we do our process is obviously when I get all these and we do the quality check, that's when we usually pull out anything that's bad, but this is a second chance to obviously capture any of those moments where we might have missed something earlier. But I've got to go through and button all these. I button these for the washing. You don't have to button them for washing, but I like to get it done now because I don't want to be paying my photographer to do it. Because I want them just, once they've got the time, just start getting straight into doing photos. So these will come back already buttoned and just folded and ready to go. So I'm just going to go through now, put these into colors. This is all Ralph Lauren, Lacoste and Wrangler. I want to get all these done. This should get to us our final 10 bags at the end of the year. And then I think the next thing I'll be starting on will probably be, oh, this one's missing a button, but that's not a big issue. Because there's usually spare buttons in here. Is there a spare button? Yes, there is a spare button. After this, after the shirts, we'll probably get into the pants. I am getting my next big order the middle of January. So we're really full steam ahead. We've got plenty to go through, so I'm not too fussed by if that was delayed. It's not a big issue, but I actually did think about delaying it out till February, but there's a few things in there that I want to have. So winter is obviously the next big run. We've been selling a lot of shorts at the moment, but as soon as summer's over, people start buying for winter. So I want to make sure I've got all my winter stock ready to go as soon as we start having those cold, foggy mornings, because that's when people realize, oh, I've got to buy, I've got to buy some winter wear. So, and that's when we'll be going through a lot of Woolrich. We focus on a lot of North Face, Patagonia, and things like that. So I want to have that all ready to go, and then I'm basically ready to go from late Feb. And ooh, there's a nice denim one. Look at that, what a beauty. Yeah, so that with that focus, we're also doing a lot of knitwear as well, which is a big push into New Year as well. Oh, so those are already been done. Sweet. Not too bad. Yeah, so I'm going to keep doing this. We'll check in a little bit. I'm basically just doing this because I don't want to get out a whole bunch of stuff and get into a groove of photoing. And then Carla calls and say we've got to go to a doctor's appointment. So this is just a lot easier to manage and do. Plus, I'm feeling a bit, I don't know, Just feeling a bit out of it. My back's been a bit annoying this morning and my foot. We had a good run there, but it's flared up after yesterday's heat. I don't know if it's to do with the heat or something else. Anyway, I'm just blabbering. Yeah, we'll check in soon. So here's a cool shirt. It's not actually Ralph Lauren, it's actually a Brooks Brothers. But this one makes me think of a fruit tingle. I like these ones. These ones usually do pretty well. The nice little color block ones. There is a bit of scuffing on this, but should do okay. Not bad at all. Beautiful. So we're getting close to 2025. If you didn't know already, this will be my last video for the year. I'll be taking some time off. I'm going away, but then I'll take some extra time off from YouTube. I don't know if it's going to be 4 weeks or 2 weeks. We'll figure that out. I'll figure that out. But one thing that I really wanted to make sure, so I don't forget about talking about it later, that I wanted to remind everyone of is 2025. It's your year. It's the year you're going to make it. And I wanted to ask you all, and if you're here listening, and if you're here, made it this far, which we're not that far into the video really, let me know in the comments. What are your goals for 2025? It doesn't have to be reselling related. It can be habit related. It could be life related. It could be just anything related. I want to know. I want to hear. I always get excited to hear what people want to achieve. Sometimes it's just being a better version of yourself. It could be as simple as, you want to have a better morning routine, or maybe you want to start a veggie garden, or maybe you want to, I don't know, start riding or running. I don't really care of what your goal is, in the sense of like, it can be anything. I'm not here to say it has to be something spectacular. Anything that you set out your heart to do, I think is spectacular. Because when we go out to do things that make us uncomfortable, that stretch our comfort zones, we become better people. And I want to hear and see other people achieve that. So I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments below. What's one thing in 2025 that you want to achieve? What's a goal that you're working towards? Oh, this is a silk one. Let me know. Let me know. And it's always exciting to hear it, but I know it can be a little scary putting it out there. But I like to talk about these things. I have the podcast, Further Your Lifestyle, and my intention of me creating these videos, like me building my business, is to really back up and provide evidence of me helping other people further their lifestyle, because it's very hard for me. It doesn't really look really good if here I am doing a podcast about how to further your lifestyle if I'm not even doing it myself. So I've got some ambitions. I haven't actually set any running goals for next year, because I still don't have the AOK to do any running. So I think the goal will be to make sure that I can be running again. I thought I was going to be a lot more progressed than I was now, but things haven't necessarily gone as planned. But that's reality, hey? So yeah, just putting it out there. Let me know in the comments. Whew, just take a moment, Chris. What is it with customers? So remember last week when I told you about the customer that gave me some wanted to do a refund because of the wrong size, and then they said that it was, I didn't actually tell you this, but they actually said item not as described because it doesn't fit them. Anyway, long story short, that's all covered, and they're sending it back, and I'll refund them, and then I'll be covered by seller protection. I've just had someone else do the same thing, saying that an item does not stretch, and this super frustrates me because people don't understand. Sometimes the literal sense of stretch isn't exactly what it pertains to. When something is a cotton and elastane blend, it means it has a stretch in the fabric. Which means there will be a stretch to it. But I think these people were expecting it to be elastic. So again, they've raised an item not as described. It just gets so frustrating. If customers aren't sure, why don't they just have a conversation? Like, if they're not happy with it, they can return it. They don't have to keep it. They can get all their money back. But for some reason, there's this mentality of when you get an item that they go out on the attacking, that, oh, you clearly were trying to hide this, or you clearly don't know what you're talking about. It's very frustrating. I'm just venting because it just wastes so much time, and it's always on the $20 or less items. Always. It's so annoying. All right, we're still here. So I've got a bit frustrated before. Been on the phone to eBay because they would not remove the feedback when I went through the request. Got some interesting information. I don't know if it's anyone else, but I've noticed over the last 2 months, 3 months, that when requesting to have feedback removed, which was usually pretty easy, it's getting rejected a lot. Neutrals and negative. Anyway, they said they would not remove it. Sorry, it came back with an automated email saying no, they will not remove it because the customer found that the item was not as described. Now, I call BS because I've got proof of images showing that the item is stretched because of the fabric. We've got details in the listing about it, etc., etc. And I've got a photo of it. So I called eBay, chatted to them. I explained to the guy that I'm going to be frustrated, so I do apologize if I sound frustrated. It's not at him, but this is like the 3rd time I've had to do this in the last week. Anyway, we went through it, he reviewed it, I explained my situation. I said, I've got all these things, I've got caveats in there, which he actually even suggested that in my listings, which he saw that I had it anyway, that I should be putting that fabrics tend to stretch or shrink after being used or being washed. He said, that's good that you've got that there because it covers you. So that's a good little tip. Anyway, he went through it, he reviewed it, and he agreed. He said it should not have gone through the process of being rejected because you provided all the evidence, and it seems that maybe the customer just wasn't happy because it didn't stretch enough, or maybe it didn't fit them. I said, thank you. I then spoke to him and asked, it's like, can he clarify if this is getting reviewed manually by human intervention, or is it getting filtered through AI first? He confirmed that it goes through AI first, and it only gets human intervention when a case is raised, which is usually for an item not as described case. That's when a human will intervene, or if I'm on the phone having a conversation like this. So, I mean, I love AI, but it's creating so much effort because it's not really going through and taking in the full characteristics of the situation, and it's now wasting my time. And he understood that. Anyway, he's removed it. It's gone now, but it's just super frustrating. Anyway, so just thought I'd share that. It's very interesting. You just got to stay vigilant. You got to stay on top of it. I check my feedback probably I know it sounds obsessive, but I'm checking my feedback every 30 minutes. Anytime I open up eBay, I refresh my feedback and just check because I want to get on top of these things. He even said to block and report the customer because he agrees that it's not really the correct way of leaving feedback, and it's misleading for other customers. So he understood where I came from. Obviously at the start, until I shared the situation, and he went through and reviewed it himself. He then came around and said, yeah, no, I agree with you. So it's just about having conversations, and you got to stand up for what you're trying to build on eBay. There's going to be circumstances where I make mistakes, but we work very hard to try and avoid making those mistakes. And we spend a lot of time and effort. I pay good money for people to make sure that we don't get these issues, because I've got listers, I've got myself, I've got the photographers. I'm reviewing the items before we send them live. I'm not saying that we can't make mistakes and that we won't make mistakes, but we're putting in a lot of effort to avoid these mistakes to ensure that our customers are 110% satisfied. Anyway, just thought I'd share that with you. We're still going. We've still got a little bit to go. It is 3:37. I'll be out of here by around 4:15. So probably won't get it all done today, but we're getting a good chunk. Enjoying myself though. Some good fun. I'm still a bit frustrated from just wasting my time on all that. Anyway, it is what it is. All right, we ended up doing, it's kind of like 4.5 bags. So we're not quite there yet, and I've still got, sorry, it's a bit dark in here. We still have all of this, and we still have all of this. Yes, I've still got 2 boxes left. A couple of here, which they need a bit more extra attention. These have got new tags. That's not Ralph Lauren, but this is all Ralph Lauren, this is all Ralph Lauren. So we've still got those ones. Oh, that's a really nice one, actually. If this was a bit bigger, I would have kept this for myself. Anyway, so we've got those. Yeah, so I think hopefully, it's not going to all fit. Anyway, doesn't matter. So I think, yeah, get that done tomorrow. Anyway, I've got to pack up, I've got to go, got to pick something up on the way home. And we'll be back here all again tomorrow. Not sure how early, but yeah. Not too bad. I've actually had a pretty solid day. I think something that I might do next year is kind of just document the day by day. I already do that. I mean, let me finish. What I mean by it is like kind of share where we're at each day in the week and how things are tracking. Because I think it might give you some perspective of why my mood changes so quickly. So at the moment, let's see how this looks. This is where we're at for today. 17th to the 12th, we've done $1,000 in revenue. That's gross profit. ASP is $37. We've done 28 listings. I've still got some more that I've got to do. And sales were on 27 sales. And for the week, we've done 2,100. The target for the week is 4,800. But that's because that was my baseline. At the moment, our current FY25, is it FY25? Yeah, FY25 average is at the moment is 6,184. So that's per week. Anyway, I got to pack up and get out of here. I think I just got a message from Carla too. So I might see you again. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao. Folks, and just like that, it was Wednesday, and it's 7:30. Left a little bit early. We don't have backpacks today. We finished up last week, but for us, we're going all the way up, and I'll probably end up working till potentially Christmas Eve. But this will be the last week for you guys before I take a bit of a break. Oh, some guys out here. What's going on? Anyway, sorry, distraction. So today, Wednesday, so I'm just gonna go to our PO box and pick up some returns. Getting the return from the customer that says it was defective because it didn't fit them. That so annoys me. And I think I'm just as annoyed at eBay because they should not even be able to do that if it's a size issue. If they have size in in their reasoning to return, it should just generically be wrong size or doesn't fit. Anyway, calm down, Chris. So today I do have my photographer in, which is great. I believe they're probably going to be in around 8:30, which should be good because I've got lots for them to do. It has started to slow down. Sales have kind of dropped off now. Didn't have any overnight sales. I've been having overnight sales for the last, I don't know, 2-3 weeks straight. Nothing last night, so it was pretty quiet, and I think that's because it's kind of getting too late to get things online if it's for Christmas time anyway. Like I had one person actually make an order and they cancelled, which it's already automatically gone through and whatnot, but sorry, I automatically allowed that to cancel. I've already cancelled that with no problems because they said they purchased it, but they said actually I don't think I'm going to be home at the time because I'm going on holidays, so they don't want to risk it. So just things like that. So people are traveling or they want to for Christmas presents, and even with Express it's getting a little risky. We did have an increase of Express postage yesterday though, so I've got about 6 orders I think, so nothing crazy, but that's not really the focus today. My focus today will be continue to get washing ready, and there might be a few things that I do for some photos for myself, from my side. I'm not going to be doing any of the clothing. I'll have my photographer do that. But tomorrow and Friday, I'll be focusing my time on the market, just prepping out what I'll be taking, what I want. That will probably be more likely tomorrow actually. Today I've kind of just got the opportunity to get ahead with getting the washing stuff ready, sorting a bit more clothes, and also if there's some stuff that I can take some photos of and test. Really just trying to get a draft and photo bank up ready for when I do go away, to make sure that I've got some there to do, even if it means I'm not necessarily listing 40 per day, because I'll probably run out of my draft bank and photo bank, because the draft bank only does 250. We've already got 120 sitting there, so I don't think it will be maxed out. I mean, I don't think we'll be able to do much more. Yeah, so I have said to my lister that I'll probably just drop it down to, I might just list 20 per day rather than the 40 while I'm on holidays. Anyway, I'm just chatting. So I'm gonna go pick up this return, we'll get into the shop and take you through what we're up to. So see you in a jiffy. Package secured. All right, folks, we're here and getting into it. Photographers here, they're already started. I'm just finished up with that return. I'm now just thinking of what I'm going to focus on. I actually got to leave here around 2 o'clock. I have a doctor's appointment, and then I'll probably come back afterwards. But Just gonna see if there's some quick wins that I need to get through. I still have to finish off the clothing. It might be the clothing that I do. There is a couple of things here that I could do too. Anyway, let me see. All right, we're kicking off with some electronics. We're going to do a little bit of Lego. We've got that Lego there as well. I do have all of these. These are all parts not working. And then I've got two other laptops that I've got to test and just go through. It's 8:40. Let's see what we can do. All right, folks, all the Lego is done. There was about 4.5 kilos there. So it's going in this little section here, this box. And it will just be sold as a mixed lot, unsorted, as is kind of thing. Now we move on to the laptops and the masks. All right, team, just actually sneaking out for a quick cheeky little coffee. Just grabbing it for my photographer and myself, actually. I've got those Macs on charge, so I figured I'd quickly just nick out while I'm waiting for them to charge. And then once I've done the laptops, which shouldn't take too long because they're all parts not working, I think it will be pick, pack and post, get that out of the way, and then any time I have left before going to my thingamajibby, to my doctor's appointment, I'll either do more clothing or I will do get out a bunch of other electronics which I've got to work on. But there's some like surveying stuff, so those I got to spend a little bit of time on, and don't know how much time that's going to take. So anyway, grab these coffees and get back to it. All right, team, time for a pick, pack and post. It's actually slowed down heaps now. We're on 9 sales. We're back down to 81,580. We did get up to 82,800 last night, and it's dropped down overnight. In terms of what's going out, it's really just, we've got a couple of shorts and tees. It's actually shorts and tees and one hoodie going over to the USA. I'll show you a few things in a second. One thing I did just want to talk about, and it's been a big conversation that's been happening across all social medias today, is eBay's just announced some big changes coming for clothing in 2025 for any clothing sellers. Basically, they've sent an email out saying we're changing the conditions for pre-loved clothing. And basically what it means is, just show you this here, there'll be new conditions around fair, good and excellent. If you go into the link in that, anyone that's selling clothing would have got this message. Even if you're not selling clothing, I think you would have got it. And this is a really good, I think it's a really good thing. It's going to be a little bit of a teething issue as we make the adjustments. I'm going to have to adjust 4,500 listings of clothing into the right category. Most of them should default to the right one, which is good, but there will probably be about I think 80% of our stuff will fall into good under the condition, and then there will probably be 10% which is excellent and 10% which will need a little bit of extra love. So that will take a little bit of updating to do, but we don't have to do it till 23rd of January next year. So just use that opportunity to make things better going forward, but it should help with items not as described not happening as much. One thing that we'll start to implement, I don't know if we'll implement it this week just because I guess got to read through it and understand it, but I'm going to start to get our team, the photographers and listers, to start to actually implement this in terms of our templates and things. So I've got to spend some time and do that over the next few days, but I think it's a right step. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out, because it is still open for interpretation of someone else's opinion of what we put it to their opinion, but I think in the long run it will just enable a bit better understanding. But I guess we'll find out 90 days after doing it if it makes a huge impact or not. But yeah, just FYI, so if you didn't know that, check your emails, you would have got a message from them, and we'll go from there. Alright, so we have a whole bunch of different stuff. We've got some chinos, we've got some women's clothing, some Ralph Lauren, and then we've got lots of shorts, really. That's pretty much it. Nothing too crazy. There was one item that I forgot to pull out, so I'll grab that now. But yeah, otherwise it's pretty easy going. Alright, almost finished all these Macs. Been taking a bit longer because some of them had some issues. But look at this, just give you an update. The photographer's just taking a break now, but they've done so much and started to get out some other things from the other bags. So hopefully a lot of this will be done today. and then I get all of that Ralph Lauren back tomorrow. And tomorrow I've also got the what am I saying? The tables on wheels arriving too. So well, they arrive today and I'll bring them tomorrow. So this is good, making some really good progress. Anyway, I'm gonna finish these. I'm gonna leave here in about 40 minutes, then I'll come back. But yeah, it's all happening. Pretty chilled week, really. All right, folks, I've got about 15-20 minutes to kill, so I'm gonna do some more shirts, and then I'm off. All right, just off to the to my doctor's appointment. This is for my back and my heel again. But I just thought, actually, I just wanted to have a little bit of a banter, a little bit of a chat. I've been actually chatting with my photographer about warehouse things, and still haven't made any progress with that, by the way. But one thing that, and I'll be doing a lot of planning over this over my break, but actually coming up with a bit of a game plan of what's a day in a life actually going to look like. What are the things that need to happen, or that will be enabled, that can happen when I have the warehouse? Because I think one thing that I want to make sure people aren't getting, you know, not taking as a misunderstanding, is getting a warehouse does not solve all my problems. It actually creates more work in some sense, because one, obviously I'm going to have more expenses, but secondly is there's a whole bunch of things that need to happen to make sure that it is productive. Obviously go in, I can mirror it for now of what I'm working with, and that's great, but that doesn't enable me to start paying off the expense that I'll have. So then by uplifting the warehouse to have, you know, an additional photo station, different ways of doing storage, I want to change the way I skew things. There's a lot of things that I want to do, but some of that's just going to take time, and I'm going to have to level that up as we progress within the warehouse. But, you know, I've got to think about, you know, how do I want to lay out in terms of, if I am having two people doing photos, you know, is that going to be me and the photographer, or is it going to be two different photographers and I'm having someone else doing postage? Am I still doing postage, or am I doing photos as well? Like, there's a lot of things that I need to start to really tap into to understand of how that dynamic would work. And it doesn't all have to happen at once, that's for sure. The other thing I've been thinking about is, because we sell a lot of tops and bottoms, like shorts and pants, jeans, versus, you know, button shirts, blouses, and things like that, is maybe having two setups. One is for bottoms, one is for tops. And because I know my different photographers, they have their, you know, the things that they like to do. And that actually enables us to then not have, you know, just shirts going live for 2 weeks straight, but it means I can also have, you know, shirts and shorts going live on a daily basis, because I'll have it in the backlog, in the draft bank. So there's those kind of things that I'm thinking about. But then there's the ability to be able to wash more, to be able to process more, to be able to have it, you know, from end to end quicker, potentially. And I don't have to necessarily wait around for things. The other thing is putting in a washing machine. I can be passively washing on a regular basis. There isn't this back and forth. We don't have to be waiting a couple of days. However, there is a manual labor to that sense. So there's a lot of different things to really take into account, which I haven't really jotted down on detail. And they're all in my head, but, you know, there's a lot there to take into consideration. I did actually just see a warehouse before I left. I was just looking up in the last couple of minutes there. That actually looks pretty good. I need to actually inquire on that one. But yeah, just thought I'd share that, just things that are on my mind. This week it's been kind of chilled, pretty quiet, but in my head I'm actually already starting to go into, you know, rest mode, which is great, because I need a break. It's been a big year, and I'm excited for that, but I also don't want to just let my guard down either too much, because I want to come back and let's make 2025 another great year. Anyway, I'm about to arrive, so I'll talk to you guys soon. All right, folks, back, and gonna finish these. I'm gonna make up a couple more bags. It's 4 o'clock, so I'll just do this till I'm basically gone, and then that's it. Let's do it. Love it. Oh, check out this shirt as well. Look at that. All right, team, that is it. I'm gonna get out of here. 10 bags full, all done and dusted. We'll be back here tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'm early, but we'll see you again tomorrow. Ciao. Folks, and just like that, it was Thursday. I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling a little tired. I had my doctor's appointment yesterday, and it was actually a massage session for my heel and back, and today I am sore as heck. Like, they've really loosened things up and it's really unraveled a few other things. So anyway, and I woke up at 4 and couldn't fall back asleep, so I've been up since 4. It is now 7:30 and we're heading on in. I've got to go to the post office box again just to pick up some returns, or I'm expecting a return as well. So that's that. Yesterday was pretty brutal. We ended up doing 3 sales. we went from averaging 20 to 30 sales a day over the last couple of weeks to doing 3. However, this morning has picked up a lot better. We're already on 8 sales and we're sitting on, I think it's about $630. I just listed a whole bunch of phones, and when I list those phones, I've spoken about this before, I contact a customer, I get them lined up in advance, and then they go through and just pick and choose what they want at an agreed price. So that was good. They spent $505 this morning, which was it's great. So today, just finishing off some breakfast in my mouth. We do have photographer number 2 in. They should be in all day. They'll be focusing on just doing photos of probably shirts and whatnot. I have a washing comeback. I have a washing pickup as well. That will be happening at around 9:15. I've got my new tables in the back, which I'll be spending the first half of the morning getting put together. And other than that, it's really just continuing to do things to get ready for next year, but also I've got to do a little bit of market prep today, which been putting off a while now, but we really need to do it. So market prepping for next year, and yeah, just see what happens in between, I guess. Yeah, come along for the ride. If you've got any questions, please ask away, and I'll see you in a jiffy. Alright team, we are here. This is the stuff we're going to build today. This is basically going to be replacing, so I've got one big one, like this size, and I've got 2 small ones, which are kind of like a bit bigger than that, and they're on wheels, so they're going to be going in here. If they work, I'll probably end up getting more. First things first though is I'll get that stuff up on here, we'll get the washing over there, make sure that's all good. Then I will quickly set up for my photographer, just so they can come in and get started straight away. I'm going to have them either doing jeans or shirts, whatever's their poison. They also need to fix a couple of things over here. Other than that, that's the plan. And then I've also got to do some, I do have some listings I still got to finish up. So let's get cracking. All right, time to get cracking on this. We've got all the washing out. I'm actually pretty tired. I'm just brain farting today, big time. So I'll just have a sticky beak in here. So this is the stuff that we got the other week. I've now sorted it. Some of it's got to go for wash, and well, haven't had space to do it. Still got 1 box of Ralph Lauren to go through. That's stuff for newer tags, and then there's some stuff that just needs a little bit of extra work. Over here I need to do a bit of a cleanup as well. We have like 200 jackets in there and in there. And then here is 80 kilos of pants. We've got this cool Nike jacket too. I would like to get into these pants, potentially. I'd like to get into these, potentially by the end of the year. I want to sort them so they're good to go when we get back. I do need to, I'll spend some time on Friday really just doing a bit of a number crunch around how much stock we have. Like, we've got about 200 shirts coming back today. And then under here, we've still got there's probably 200 items there. Here there's only about 30, and there's maybe 15 there. So really let's say there's 400. Let's just round it up, 400 there. That is essentially 10 days worth of listings, but it's essentially, you know, on average, it's going to be about 6 days of photos. Probably less than that. And then we've got all this, which says 200 items here. So that's going to have me covered for when we come back. And then we have those shirts going out as well, which is probably another 150, 200 maybe. So when we come back, we should be safe for a couple of weeks, and then we'll get into this stuff. And then I have my next big order coming from my main supplier mid-January. And I need to have all this cleaned up by then. So I thought we would have been a warehouse, but it doesn't look like. I do need to call someone about a warehouse actually. So anyway, it's all happening. Let's see if we can make these bad boys. See what we actually have to do. Interesting. All right, folks, got all the washing back, been processing all that in there, and finally did the first table. Took a little bit actually, just because can't get the drills in between the up in here. It's really annoying, but that's all good. This is going to be a huge time saver. So this is the the longer one, and then I've still got to make the two smaller ones. But I'm going to go start packing postage, and then get back to that afterwards. All right, time for a pick, pack, and post. We're on 81,446. It's like I said, it's been pretty slow, but I did have some pretty good sales come through this morning. One person spending $505, which is pretty cool. And I just sold something else for $81.20. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to pull it all out and I'll take you through what we've got. We've got 8 items, or sorry, 8 orders, not 8 items, but still pending on a lot of people to pay. I think they're going to be disappointed because tomorrow, really, if they don't pay by tomorrow, they ain't getting it for a long time because I put the store in time away, so they'll miss out. Anyway, it is what it is. Right, this is what it looks like putting some of the washing, and we've still got 2 more bags that I'm going to put here. But we're back chockers again, as you can see. Some really cool shirts in here. Look at this. Woo! Woo! So still got to put those out, but just taking a break because doing all that washing hurts my back actually. It's this motion that does it. So all right, let's I'll get all the stuff out and I'll show you what we've got. All right, so we've got a whole bunch of different orders going out, a good variety. I've actually just had a whole bunch more come through, which is, I'm happy with that. Nice little last minute rush. So some interesting things is we've sold the Dire Straits cassette tape. This has gone for $119, which is just insane. It's sealed, so that's pretty cool. This Holden collection, that one's gone for, I think it was $84. That's gone international. We do have some Ralph Lauren, we've got some shorts. All these phones right here has gone for $505, posted. We've got a little book set there, a Matchbox car as well, and then active shorts. I'm happy with this actually. So a total of $1,200 worth, 12 orders, pretty good, $100 order value. Yeah, let's pack it up. Oh, all right, team, we have finished making these tables. Oh, they're so good. Look at this. Woo! So the plan for these, they'll be getting flat laid stuff on it in there. My photographer's just finished. He's just done a half day today, 4 hours or whatever it was, which is great. So what's the time? 1:30. I need to make a phone call about a warehouse. Just seeing. Cool. Yeah, I need to make a phone call about a warehouse, see if that's available to look through. We've got the racks for the market, and then I probably need to continue flat laying and start prepping for the market. And I've still got to do those, and I'm eyeing off those pants, but market comes first. You gonna stay there? You gonna stay there? Oh, you are. All right, so I've got to finish flat laying all this, and then do some work. I did call up about a warehouse, which is, it's actually looking pretty good. However, they're not available to do anything till next year because everything's shut down, which is unfortunate. A little bit frustrating, but it's within budget. It's 266 square meters, good sizing. It's got an office, so we'll see. All right, let's do this and keep working. A bit tired. All right, as you can see, it's chockers again, full to the brim. Jeez. So that's all done. Now what I'm doing is I'm starting to just get the market stuff ready. So I've got the movable table here, just sorting through a few things. There is a bit of a game plan change for the market this time. We are going to focus quite a lot on non-clothing actually, just because of Christmas time. So I want to make sure I've got lots of toys and gifts and things like that. And then the clothing that we're doing is going for stuff that people could potentially gift or want to spoil themselves for, being the time of year it is. So that's the approach. What that will look like, well, you'll have to find out. All right, so we've taken a different approach this time. As I said, we're taking less. I've handpicked out things a bit more. Obviously, we're going heavy on the shorts, heavy on the tees. I've got a lot of Christmas Disney stuff. I do have a couple bit of Levi's and a few North Face sweaters just to, you know, maybe as gifts or whatever. But really going on the short sleeve stuff and winter stuff. And obviously, as I said, the Disney stuff is pretty good. After this is all the clothes we'll be taking. There will probably be a few little new tag stuff that I'll chuck into, but this is just going to make it a lot easier to manage and less heavy. And then the rest is basically toys, which I don't think I'm going to do today. I'll have a sticky beak, but I think that's tomorrow's plan of getting the toys out, because I've got to get it all out anyway, and there's no point in me pulling it all out now, because when I pull it out I've got to pack it. So I think that's it for now. There's a few other bits and bobs in here that will be taken up. Video games, there's some towels, yeah, but mainly toys really. All right, I'm going to clean this up. Right, it's 4 o'clock. I've rewarded myself. I ended up finishing all the stuff I need to get done, so I sorted the 80 kilos of chinos, and I'm very happy with this. This is all, this is Levi's, this is Tommy, this is Ralph, this is Nautica, Wrangler, this was Calvin Klein along with that, with a mix of a few other designer brands, and that's an adventure mix, and one Dickie. So very happy with this. I'm going to pack up and get out of here now. Yeah, but this is basically just getting ready for 2025. All right, I'm out of here, folks. I will see you tomorrow. Nearly the end of the year. Tomorrow's a new day and a few opportunities to do before we finish the wrap up. All right, everything's done. Ciao. Folks, it is Friday and this is it's the end of the week. There's actually a lot going on in my mind at the moment, and you know, I started the week this video, you know, talking about how you just never really know what's going on, and you know, to be with not kindness and all those different things. You know, just to be mindful of how everyone's going through stuff. This morning's been a bit of a just all over the place. I've had to take Carla to the doctor's. She's back home now. She's actually got another appointment a little bit later. So the day is all a bit muddled up today, but we got to do what we got to do. So if I do feel a little bit off, it's because my headspace is elsewhere. So I've had to drop her back home. I'm going to go do a few things that I need to start to do to just get ready for tomorrow. And then I'll take Carla to her appointment. So there's just lots of moving pieces today, which is fine. You got to do what you got to do to make things happen, and you know, whatever. So I do apologize if I'm going to be a bit out of it. So the plan today is I've got to do, I thought it wasn't going to be a big pick, pack and post, but it seems like it's going to be a bit of a big one. I think I got about 12 orders now since this morning, so it's been kind of going off. So I'm going to focus on that for the first half till Carla's appointment, and then I'm going to come back and I'll do all the basically pack the van and everything for the market tomorrow. So lots of things happening, which, you know, it's never a dull day, and then that will basically be the wrap up. It's probably not going to be the day I expected, but then again, I don't think any day is what we expect, right? Things are coming and going, and when life throws you, you know, some roller coaster moments, you got to learn to ride the roller coaster, the ups and downs, swerves, and pivot and adjust. So yeah, that's me. I'll see you in the shop shortly, and take you through some interesting stuff that's been selling, lots of electronics and bits and bobs, so pretty happy with that. All right, let's do it. All right, folks, here now, just got all the stuff out that we're sending. I've actually, we've had a really nice little uptick this morning. I've listed a whole bunch of phones, cameras, electronics, and they have ticked over very quickly. We're sitting on 82,165, so up there again. And we've got a total of 10 orders, which is a total of must be around 11 items, and basically nice little ASP there of about 110 bucks. So we've got some interesting things. We've got this is called a, what was it called? It was something, I didn't know anything about it. It's called a Six Mates little speaker system. Those things, like working, go for big bucks. That's gone for $240 international. Parts not working, they go for about $1,000 working. Some cameras, there's a couple of bundles here, some big phones. We did sell the Steel Series X that I listed earlier, and someone's purchased a couple of some nice dress shirts, so happy with that. And we've got this big politics jacket going out as well. So get this packed up and then move on to the next thing. Alright folks, postage is all done. Now it is time to start pulling things out, putting them on the, as I call them, the floating tables. And I'm not going to pack my van till later because I'm going to have to go do the other appointment for Carla, and then I'll do all the packing when I get back. Folks, alright, just nicking out now to go pick Carla up from her appointment. I'm meeting her there because she got an Uber to it, and then I figured I'll just pick her up, and then if there's other things that she needs to do, then we'll go do that. Once I've done that, I think we're going to have some lunch together. It'll just be kind of depending on how everything's going. But regardless, at some point I've got to go back to the storage unit, and I'll finish prepping for the market. I've just been getting out stuff ready to go. Finished all the clothing. Now I'm up to the toys, which shouldn't really take too long because they were kind of already bagged and boxed from last time. So that shouldn't take too long, and then we'll basically just be packing the everything into the van. So even if it means we're finishing up by 4:35, it's not really a big issue. My postie will pick up from home most likely, so I think we're all covered. Anyway, I'll keep you guys updated. We've got to do a bit of a recap for the week as well. I might just do that Sunday, to be honest, just to see how things are going. Anyway, I will see you guys in a jiffy. Alright team, I'm almost back at the shop. Picked up Carla, dropped her off, we had some lunch together. She's okay, everything's alright, just gonna take some rest, which is good. So it's 2:30 now. I'll be back at the shop in about 5 minutes, and then I've actually just had a whole bunch of sales come through, which I will process because I put the store in time away from Monday. So I'm gonna get these things out, and then I'll just finish up doing the prep for the market, which shouldn't take too long. My photographer's still there doing photos. They're going to help me if needed anyway, so we should be all good. I think I'm on track to get everything done by, hopefully by 5 o'clock. I'll see you in a jiffy. Alright folks, the van is packed. I'll share that shortly, but this is a bit of a mess now, but it is what it is. I'm going to slide those in there, and then I'll show you the van, and we're out of here. Whew, not too bad. We got it done. Alright folks, we're all done, all packed. It's not as bad as last time, and I had to put the postage in the front here. Should be a good day. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's do this market. I'm done. Just tired and exhausted. We'll do the recap on the way home, and we'll talk after that as well. Ciao! Woo! What a day and what a week. It's all a blur. It really is. And now that I think about it, I can't actually believe that we're at the, this is the end of the year. Like, this is the wrap up of the year. So I'm probably going to be doing 2 levels of recaps here. I'll be doing the recap now of this week, and then I'll probably actually touch base with you when I'm at the end of the week and I wrap up the video myself and do the edit. Might just, kind of touch on some reflection points for this entirety of the year, because what a year. But I'm in no headspace at this point in time to really go for that, because I've actually got a throbbing headache, and I'm tired. It's been a big day. Just, I'm not gonna lie, I've been a bit stressed, obviously I had the concerns of Carla not being well and stuff, but everything's okay, it's all good. So just a bit of a crazy day, and then getting all this ready, prepped, and yeah, just lots to kind of take in. But this week, like, I can't even remember it, to be honest. Like, it seems like a pretty slow week. This week has been slow moving in terms of, I haven't felt like I've done a lot, but at the same time I feel like we've done heaps. So there's been a lot of moving pieces, lots on my mind, but I've also just been slowing down knowing that next week, you know, we're going on break, we're going on holidays. Now, I will come into the shop on Monday and Tuesday probably. I'll wrap up any postage because the store is in time away from Monday, but I'll just, you know, I have to do all the weekend orders just just to be safe. And yeah, then it'll be holidays. But I guess the lessons for this week is, I think really the lesson for me, if I just take a couple of seconds to think about it, that things are never as you expect. Like this week, I did not expect it to be as busy in terms of sales. It's probably actually been better. Then again, we had a day there where we did $137 or maybe $200, and then today we've done like $1,400, $1,500. So like it's roller coasters. We start off the week strong. Like this month is still continuing to prove to actually be pretty good. Like at the time of me filming this, we're sitting on probably about 22,000, and that's for the month. And we're still got 10 days, but it'll be interesting to see what the next 10 days hold. Anyway, blah, blah. So I think the lesson for this week, and it's probably the main lesson, is things aren't always going to go as you expect. And that can be both a positive and a negative thing, because positive-wise, obviously you get surprises, you get opportunities, you get more sales, la-di-da-di-da. But then there's moments where things happen, whether it's life, whether it's in the business, dealing with annoying customers. And this week I've dealt with, I think I've called eBay, except for today, every day. This week, just because I've had to deal with people that aren't really just taking a moment to think about the situation or the context of the order and the situation of that order, and they just react. They really react without taking any moment to really think about, is this really as bad as I think it is? Or maybe I just need to have a conversation with the seller, which is myself. We will do 110%. We will go so far to make sure everyone is happy. But if you don't reach out to us, we can't even do anything. And like, so there's a big vent there. I think that's number two, is like, yeah, though I'm venting, I think there needs to be some new changes for eBay, 100% big changes. Because when people, like when customers, you know, want to make a complaint, want to leave negative feedback, or la-di-da-di-da, there should be a forced option for them to actually reach out to us before they can do anything. Because I think 9 out of 10 times, sellers on eBay that want to be on eBay are going to do everything in their power to make the customer happy. And if the customer doesn't have any ill intent, then we're going to be able to solve the problem very easy. But there is just this lack of that. And look, that's not eBay's fault, but I think eBay needs to do something about it. And of course, this week we also had the introduction of all the big changes coming to eBay pre-owned clothing. So, you know, we did touch on that briefly. I'll be touching on that once I get back from holidays, because I'm going to be working on a plan to make sure that that's all executed ASAP. But yeah, look, that's all I'm going to talk about now. I'll go through the financials. I'll reflect on anything else when I do my final video on Sunday. I'll talk about the market. Obviously, I've got the market tomorrow. I have no expectations. Obviously, last time we did like 146 or something it was, so that is probably my baseline, but we'll see what happens. I'm excited to see what happens. Of course, I'm tired, so I really just need to get home and rest. It's 4:15. I'm done. Anyway, appreciate you. If you made it this far, thank you so much. We're going to jump over to the final recap for the year. We'll talk about the financials, all that jazz. And yeah, if you've got any questions, make sure you ask. I'll see you in a jiffy. Folks, Saturday morning. It is some ridiculous hour of the morning, 6:38, and we're off to the market. I was just saying to Carla, I actually feel pretty cool, like relaxed. Like last time I was pretty stressed. I was stressed in the sense of like unknown, but this time feeling pretty good. We're all prepped, ready to go, and I guess now we just do it again. So again, expectations, obviously we now have a level of baseline of what is possible. Hopefully we can do more, but really just going to hopefully enjoy it and just see if, yeah, we can do a little bit better. That's all we can really hope for. So probably won't film too much again, and I'll do a recap at the end, but I'll do some footage just briefly of what the setup looks like. Wish us luck, and we'll see you on the other side. Let's do it, babe. Let's do it. I think we got to beat 146, 136, somewhere around there. It was 126. That's what we've got to beat dollar-wise. So let's aim for 150 plus, which I think will be possible today because it's meant to be better weather, more people. They've got carols there as well, so hopefully we'll have a few more walk-bys. Anyway, ciao. All right, so let's first talk about the market. I'm sure that's what most people are wanting to know, being my second one. The first one, look, we did around $130, $140 from memory. This time, actually, it was so much better. There was a constant flow of people. We actually did a different setup of my market stall. We had clothes on one side. We had all the toys and non-clothing on the other side. It just invited people to walk in a bit more. But there was more people at the market this time. It was better weather. I did have a better spot as well, and I think that was some contribution to making it a more successful market, but it was just a great time. It didn't feel as stressful, and yeah, it was actually just really, really good. We ended up doing a total of $347.50 worth of sales, and that was about 26 sales. Had a few people come down that said hello, really do appreciate it. I also had 2 repeat customers that came last time. They came back and purchased some more stuff knowing that I was going to be there. So 26 sales, and after all expenses, like cost of goods and, obviously there's no fees, but just the expenses to run the market, we land at $198.04 profit, which is really, really good. I'm very, very happy with this. The 4 cents is just more of a rounding. It's actually 5 cents. But yeah, I'm very pleased with this, and we'll be back there in January and we'll do it all again. So the financials for this week, how we've been tracking for the week before Christmas. Actually, I'm quite surprised. I thought it was going to be really, really bad, but we've actually had some really, really good days. We had a day where I think we did 2,000. I'll show you a graph. But at the time of me filming this, it's 9 a.m. Sunday morning. So, we still have a good day's worth to still come through. I think we'll still get a few more sales. At the moment, we're sitting on 149 sales. We've sold $6,930 worth, so I think we'll get over the 7,000, no worries. Average sale price this week has been $46.51. I'm very happy with this. We've almost averaged $1,000 every day. So very, very grateful for this, but I expect from here onwards, it will slow down. In terms of how December's tracking, we've actually, again, with much of my surprise, we had one of our biggest expensive months ever, because just had extra costs. We're already, day 22, and we've already spent $17,500 in expenses, but we've done $24,400 in revenue. So we're sitting on about $2,200 in net profit at the moment. There is still one more pay for my, actually there's 2 more pays I've got to do for my offshore team and my photographers. I've got to pay that this week. So there will be a little bit of expense there. And then there's a few other little bits and bobs in there. But I think if I'm lucky, we should get to the end of this month and we should land with a profit of around 3,000 plus. That's my goal, because I think it will get a bit quiet as well. So we'll see what happens. But I'll talk about where we landed for 2024 next year. And that's a good segue. This is the last video for 2024. I'm going to be taking some time off. I'm not sure if that's going to be 2 weeks, 4 weeks, but I'm taking some time off from the business. I'll put it in time away. It goes in time away from tomorrow, which is the 23rd of December. And that's just going to give me 2 weeks of not having to think about it. I'm still going to be listing daily. I'll probably just list a little bit less. And we won't be obviously posting until I get back. I'm not paying anyone else to run the store, giving all my staff time off, just making sure that we're all refreshed and ready to, jump into 2025 to do bigger and greater things. So yeah, taking the time off. So I'll take 2 weeks off from the business, and from a YouTube perspective, I'll probably jump back in, sometime late January. I just want to do a bit of planning, reset. I'm going away with Carla. We'll have some time off, and just, come back really ready to do it all again and have that consistency for you guys. So if you're a new subscriber or you've been here for the long haul, I really do appreciate you. It's been an amazing year to be able to grow individually, but also grow with others around me and see other people's success. And I've heard some amazing stories of people doing, new levels of what they never expected they could do this year. And 2025 will be exactly the same in terms of it's going to be the year that you make it. So, you've really got to start just to change your mindset and just understand why you're doing something, and understand why, why is it that you want to do that. And if you're motivated, you're going to be able to do some really great things. So find that motivation, find that understanding of why and what's the purpose of this, and you'll do great things. So I'll come back in the new year. I'll share with you 2024 results, where we landed, the growth, the lessons, all those different things. There's a few other videos I'll be working on, but we'll come back. We'll do the weekly vlogs, and I'll take you through the business, what it looks like. As we come back, there'll probably be a couple of extra weeks there of footage that I'll be able to summarize into one video. But we'll see. I'm not 100% sure what that will look like, but we'll come back and I'll make sure everyone knows. I'll put a community post up and things like that. But I appreciate you all. Take it easy. Make sure you do take some time off, rest, relax, look after yourselves, be kind. If you are celebrating Christmas, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And yeah, just make sure you do spend this time to just recover, get enough energy, rest, and come into 2025 ready to hit the ball running and to do bigger and greater things, right? That's what I plan to do, and I hope you can plan to do the same. Appreciate you all. Again, if you did have any questions, comments, chuck them down below. We'll do it all again next year, hopefully with some more amazing things. I just a sneak peek, we have grown so much this year that I still can't believe it, and it gives me goosebumps thinking about it. But we're all capable of achieving great things. So please, if anything you take away from this video is take away that you can do whatever you want to do as long as you put your work to it, and if you understand your why. And that's what I want to leave you with. So please go make this happen for 2025. We'll be back here. We'll do it all again. Appreciate you. Cheers.